Hi, I'm John McAuliffe, Chief Marketing Officer of VFM Leonardo, and welcome to VTV. VTV has been produced for hotel e-commerce, marketing, and sales professionals to provide insights, knowledge, and learnings from industry experts on how to extract more value from a hotel's presence on media. Each week, I will interview an industry expert on a single topic. We have discovered many of these topics from industry people like yourself and encourage you to let us know if there is a topic you would like us to cover on future episodes of VTV. You can email us at vtv@vfmleonardo.com and make your suggestions. Welcome to today's episode. Our topic today is visual content decisions: what, how much, and why. And I am joined by David Attardi. David is the Director of E-commerce at BF Saul & Company. He manages all e-commerce activities for BF Saul's 18 hotel properties. David, welcome to VTV and thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Visual content is really an all-encompassing term, and there seems to be a lot of different types of media out there: photos, virtual tours, video, flash presentations, etc. Can you give us your opinion on the role of each of these types of media and what role they play in the travel shopping process? Also, what types and how much visual content would you recommend for hotels to have available to online travel shoppers?
First of all, I think there's a place for all of those. I think personally, in my experience, I value some more than others, but I definitely think there is a place for still photography and what we call 360-degree virtual tours, any flash presentations and video. All of those kind of play different roles, but I think are all part of a coordinated media front, if you will. I'm a big proponent of video over virtual tours. And there's a lot of reasons why I think it's just a much better way to tell your story and to inspire viewers. And I think, personally, I think the virtual tour, the 360 degrees, are kind of in a lot of ways, outdated technology, and I think they distort the view oftentimes of photos and the property that you're trying to highlight. They kind of give that fishbowl effect, if you will. So I prefer video. But I think video and still photography are by far the number one assets that are going to move your hotel, sell your hotel rooms online, and I think those things work together. Hotels are on an ongoing basis experiencing kind of relaunches or revitalizations and improvements and renovations, and telling your story as that story evolves is very, very important. And I think using video to target, to speak to your number one customer, whether it be a leisure traveler if you're at a vacation resort, or to a business traveler that's coming in town, from Tuesday to Thursday, really using that media to tell the story to those people.
You talked about business travelers and leisure travelers, and certainly a lot of hotels are discovering that they have different customer segments. Can you talk to us about how you deal with that and how you align your visual content to the primary target segments of your hotel customers?
Yeah, we have, ideally, obviously, there would be, we'd have a video for every different market segment, and every different market segment would all go to one place to look. Unfortunately, that's not the case, as we know. So what we try to do is we try to have different types of media that speak more to the services and amenities or location of a particular demographic or a particular market segment, and then put that media in a place where we think they're likely to find it. For example, we know that our business travelers when they're booking online, they're booking primarily through our brand websites. So we want to put a video that highlights the great reasons why they should stay at our properties because of their location, their convenience to the businesses that they may be visiting, their accessibility to public transportation, their great benefits as frequent travelers. We want to put that video or in that media, or whether it be still photography, whatever, very accessible and findable on our brand website. There are, there's typically OTAs, Travelocity, Expedia, things like that provide us much more of a leisure base. So, potentially putting video that speaks to that customer that's coming down, whether it be our Florida properties during the winter or coming to Washington, D.C. for Cherry Blossom Festival. Put a video that really highlights the surrounding area and inspires people and gets people excited about visiting our hotels, where those people would find it, which may be Expedia, Travelocity, whatever. Also, on sort of the natural video outlets through user-generated content. YouTube, for example, engaging Facebook and different travel or different social sites to upload video. And it's funny, I heard a story just a couple days ago about someone that is a legitimate traveler and a legitimate travel shopper who his thing is that instead of going to search engines or to TripAdvisor or to Expedia or whatever, the first place he goes to search for hotel rooms is YouTube. And he'll type in whether it be hotels in a certain market or a hotel name and just see what he gets. And he just values the hotel experience and what a hotel is telling him about that experience so much that he thinks video is the best way for him to receive that message. And at first I was fascinated by this, thinking, wow, that's pretty odd, but I don't think that is so odd. And the more I think about it, I think that might be more and more, more and more common as we move forward. And somebody like that is going straight to YouTube. So we need to have our hotels on YouTube and have our media there, so that when someone finds it, we can speak to them.
That's interesting. It would seem that the search criteria that person has is that the hotel that they want to stay at must have a video describing the experience that they're going to have at that hotel. So it probably eliminates an awful lot of hotels from his list.
Right, and that's, which is interesting because we know that there are tons of great hotels out there that may be better than hotels with videos, but he's not. They're not going to find him because he's not looking there. So I think that's probably, as you said, that's the point.
Now it's interesting. I saw a recent study that Google had initiated about online travel shopping, and as you had indicated, business travelers more often than leisure travelers will go to the brand.com site, where leisure travelers are more predisposed to going to third-party travel sites and doing their search there. So I understand when you say that you segment the types of videos that you have to your different sites based on the type of customer that or segment that uses those sites. Is there a value on the leisure traveler in being able to segment even further? And if it's not by type of leisure traveler, by seasonality?
Is there a value? Absolutely. The more targeted you can speak to a person looking for a very refined search or very refined criteria, the better. I think one of the a good story of how we use our video offline and that supplements our online activities is having customized videos for things like reservation agents at central reservation offices and as well as travel agents and travel agencies, and using video that we create in a very what I would call modular way, so that we can customize different videos for different purposes, whether it be to highlight a part of our portfolio that's all with one brand or all in one location, whatever, highlight them in person, on site at a central reservation office or travel agency. I think that's direct targeting, where we're reaching the people that that matter a lot to us in a way that they're going to hear it because we're creating a video specifically tailored to them. Now on the leisure side, unfortunately, it's a little trickier. But we know we know where they're looking. As you mentioned, they're looking a lot of OTAs, Expedia, Travelocity, and we can kind of figure out when they're looking. So maybe it's a matter of targeting keyword searches or keyword buys on those sites to get placement, to pay for placement during certain search times, to get in front of the people that are looking, segmented by season or by profile, whether it be leisure coming for for the winter, to, like I said, to our Florida properties, or the DC for Cherry Blossom Festival, whatever. We can drill down if we have the resources to do so, to drill down to find them, to put the right media in front of them.
Certainly the technology available to us today allows us to be able to really get a good understanding of what people are searching for, so that we can actually adapt ourselves to appealing to what their need is. It's interesting, I've seen one particular hotel resort produce videos, and their primary asset, as they saw it initially, was a golf course they had on the property. So they had a video for the golfer, and they realized some extended value by having a video for the non-golfer, and that video focused on, for the most part, the person traveling with the golfer that may not want to golf, that may want to go to the spa or the restaurant or some of the attractions in the area.
And I think that's a great example. And I think videos have to tell your story in a way that's, as we said, that's inspiring or whatever, but that's robust, but it's not too much. I mean, one video to tell that whole property story about options for golf, non-golfers, spa, whatever. That's a lot to bite off. But really specific, targeted videos for each of those, I think that's a really smart thing to do.
So many segmented, shorter videos is probably going to be more value to you than one longer video trying to encompass everything.
Yeah, I think so. Especially for depending on the audience. I mean, if you have a captive audience like we do with these, in our visits to these reservation offices or agencies or whatever, we try to tell our whole story with one video. But yeah, I mean, when you're looking at people and you're trying to make an impression as quickly and as deeply as possible, a video where they get immediately what they're expecting. If somebody clicks a video that says, clicks a link that says view our golf video, and they're immediately talking about golf, then you got a better chance of retaining them on there than if you start talking about the entrance to the hotel before you get to the golf part.
Right. David, thank you once again for joining us on VTV.
My pleasure.
To all the viewers out there, be sure to visit vtv.vfmleonardo.com and post your comments. Tune in next week for more from another industry expert.